Good morning. Sorry, my dog's already barking outside. It's a nice day outside, so we have all the windows and doors open. But today, actually all weekend, we're gonna have a 3-day weekend, which means a crochet-a-thon. We need to do some market prep, and that's what I have been doing already. It's actually like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I just ate, so hopefully I don't have anything in my teeth. I actually shut the door because the neighbor's dog is barking now. Oh my goodness. The first thing that took me quite a while to perfect is my new price tags. I made these price tags on Canva. I was gonna buy them, but again, it was gonna be like $100, and I'm like, do I need to spend $100 on paper products right now? I don't know. But anyways, I have just my logo on one side, and on the other side, I'll put a picture up here because it's kind of small. But on the other side, it just has price, care instructions, whether it's baby friendly or not baby friendly, and then a QR code, which does work even though it's so teeny tiny. And it goes to my Instagram. The thing that I'm doing right now that I wanted to do this year is actually name all my larger plushies. So I'm not going to name like the smaller $5, $10 ones, but like anything larger gets a name. And I'm actually going to just print it on the bottom here, and then on the back print the price and check the box, whatever it is, baby safe or not. But I did that this morning, cut them all out, punched them all out. Some are squares because my first ones were not quite lined up very well. So my first ones are squares and the second ones are round. And I think we're gonna go with this from now on. My daughter did say that I should make the logo part go all the way to the edge without the white, but that's just because it's a 2-inch circle and I thought I was gonna do a 1.5 inch, but that's okay. We went with a 2-inch circle. So I did that. Also, in this magic bag is actually a ton of safety ice that I painted and put together. I got in my packaging materials yesterday, which was just really this cellophane and the heavyweight paper. It's like 110-pound paper that I used, and a hole punch. But anyways, I have made a ton of safety eyes, and I'm going to be bringing these to my market. These are the River of Fire ones. I'm so excited about those ones. There's also some Ice Castle ones. Those are also my favorites. I don't even know if it will focus or not, but these are my favorites as well. I have large ones, so I have 25, 30, and 35 millimeter eyes, a whole bunch. It's just something new to bring to market and see how well they do, because I do get people who are crocheters in my booth and they're like, I'm a crocheter, so I'm not gonna buy anything because I can make it. And I'm like, cool, like, let's be friends. Now I can actually have something to offer them. So there's that. We'll just see how it goes. I don't intend to sell out of them or anything like that, but we'll give it a go. The other thing we're doing today, which my daughter just went to go take a break, is actually painting all these little letters white that go to my round sign that I'm making. This sign probably won't be done for the market, which is next weekend. It'll probably be ready for the following market, which is the middle of March. And that one's the bigger market that I want this sign ready for. But we're kind of working on it slowly here and there. My daughter and I are just watching TV, crafting together, so we're having a really nice day. And yeah, but now is the time where I should start to price things. As much as I want to get started crocheting, I desperately need to do an inventory. I haven't done one since December and it's February. I don't think a lot has changed other than me needing to add things that I've crocheted during that time. But we want to get it all straight so that way we're ready to go for the season. I also need to see what little things I need to make. I want to make little things. What else do we need to do? Oh my gosh, I should be filming. I should be filming for a video, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to do a sit down video. I kind of want to do this vlog and that's it. I have a ton of things to like film for the next crochet makes video, but I just don't want to do that yet. And yeah, so I need to do a lot of little things. My husband really wants me to make a bunch of Jesuses since my next market is at a church. And he has this great idea of, I make these little Jesus car hangers. And he wants me to also add a steering wheel to it and have Jesus holding the wheel. So it's like Jesus Take the Wheel, that song. And it's a car hanger. So he thinks it's like a genius idea. And then I'll sell 100 of them. But they're done in acrylic and they do actually take like an hour a piece. And I don't think I can sell for more than like $15. So I don't necessarily want to make more than one more of them. But I do have one that I made. No, I have two that I made right now. One is sold already to a friend. And then the other one I made for the show. So I really just, I could possibly make one more. Lord, we'll see. We'll see. I'm like fighting a migraine this weekend too, but we're gonna like just tough it out. But let me stop yapping since I've yapped enough already. I'm so sorry. I'm very chatty today apparently, but we're gonna get taking an inventory. I'm just gonna be pricing some things and putting tags on everything, all my new stuff, and go from here. We're gonna get the boring stuff out of the way and then we'll start crocheting. Real quick, I am sitting here watching the highlights of the Olympics, and I don't really watch a ton of Olympics stuff. I do like the figure skating, but I saw the highlight of the guy that got hit in the balls by the flag, and I felt so bad, but at the same time, I was cracking up because you can hear him audibly go, ooh! I feel so bad for him though. Like that had to have hurt so bad, and I can only imagine like world television getting hit in the balls. Oof. Like it's a oof situation. Like it makes my own pearls clench. I'm just like, no. That poor guy, he should get an honorary medal just for that, for having to deal with that. That was terrible. Anyways, I don't like to laugh at a lot of people's injuries because that, like, I'm terrified of them getting injured. But at the same time, I couldn't help it. Okay, inventory is done. I don't know where, I only have this one light. Inventory is done. My husband wants to watch some really stupid show. Whatever. And I've decided to make wizard frog armies. So I've got 3 bodies and I want at least 3 more. And then that's what I'm going to work on for a little while. I'll come back when I'm done. Already he's given up on his show. Apparently it was too dumb. But since he's in the other room and I'm still making a frog, I'm almost done with first frog body. I'm actually going to put in my audiobook to catch up on my book club book. This month we're actually doing a historical romance, and we're doing a vintage historical romance called The Deed by Lindsay Sands. I needed something ridiculous and silly and funny and not serious in any way, shape, or form. So we went with Lindsay Sands, and I've only read the first 3 chapters. We read the first 3 chapters on Sprints last night, and I'm already loving it. So I'm going to continue to make a bunch of frogs and listen to some historical romance and have a nice little evening in bed with the cat on the lap, crocheting. What a great life. He's going to look himself. Good morning. We're looking very rough today because we ended up having a migraine all night. Like all night, all morning. It's finally subsiding so where I could like open my eyes and finish up. Like start to awaken and be a human being again. But on the good side, I got 5 wizard frogs done yesterday. I love these things so much, and while I was finishing them up this morning, actually just doing like the start embroidery on the cloak. I was telling my husband, I was like, you know what? I think what would make these even better is turning them into little emotional support wizard frogs. So I want to give them a little saying. And I was doing some Googling with some quotes about magic. And so I came up with like a bunch of quotes about magic. And I have 5, so I figured I'd just pick 5. So the quotes that I'm going to print out and use is: magic is something you make. Kindness is magic. Darling, you are magical. Magic is believing in yourself. And make today magical. I'm going to use those sayings and put them on a little card on this front of this wizard frog. And they're now going to be emotional support wizard frogs. So, just perch them right here on my shoulder. Yeah, I think that would be really cute. They're currently $10, but I'm wondering if I should do 12. What do you guys think? Should I do 12 on these if I make them emotional support wizard frogs? And since I'm gonna do some very inspirational emotional support critters here, I want to make some sour lemons. So I saw someone, was it Notting Hook Crochet? Someone was making some grumpy lemons, and I just think that's hilarious. So I got the pattern from Blue Paw Print Crochet, and she has the bobble arms, and we all know I don't like bobble arms that much. So we're going to turn them into kind of like leggy lemons to where I could, like, you know, tie the hands in front and give them grumpy eyes. I'm going to use my oval eyes that I got and make some sour lemons. And then the quote that I saw is something like, when life hands you lemons, squeeze them into the eyes of your enemy. I'm gonna have some very sour emotional support lemons. We're gonna do that today. I'm gonna make 5. 5 seems to be the thing that I want to make with minis. Everything else I normally make just 1 of, but one of my minis I want to do multiples. So I would like to get up to 10, but we're gonna do 5 for now. We'll see how today goes. I finally got the light, the window open, the wind's blowing. If the headache can go all the way away, I might make my way to the living room, but for now, we're just gonna stay in bed and crochet and have fun. Okay, I got my sour lemon done. I did use these oval eyes because I just have a ton of oval eyes, so I might as well use them. And he's gonna be holding a sign. Remember, I decided to keep the bobble legs. I first did these silly arm legs and I didn't like the way it looked, so I stuck with the bobble legs. I tried not to stuff it too badly so that way the bottom is still flat, but yeah, he's gonna be holding a sign that says, when life gives you lemons, squirt them in the eye of your enemy. I'm gonna make another one. I like how this turned out. I kind of feel like he needs blush a little bit, but feels like that works. Anyways, that's my lemon. I want to make a couple more at least. I don't know what this cat is doing. Baby! What are you doing? Okay, I've made 3 of these guys. And I have this much yarn left. I think I can do a 4th one. Let's do it because I really want to take this skein of yarn off my shelf. And I think that would be awesome. Also this one, although this one is gonna go in the scrap bin probably after this, or I'll wind it up with the other one. I have another one exactly like this. I don't know why I didn't wind them together anyways, but we're sitting here still watching YouTube. It's 5 o'clock. I just had dinner. I've been here all day. I am feeling so much better. My headache is completely gone now and I'm ready to like take a shower and do all that kind of stuff, but I'm also just being super lazy. So I kind of just want to finish this last skein of yellow yarn, finish my last lemon, and then move on to something else. Like I'll take a shower and then we'll move on to something else for the rest of the night. So yeah, last night we watched a movie. We watched like Running Man, and I don't know what we'll do tonight. I really want to watch another movie. We don't watch movies that often, And the last couple nights we watched The Naked Gun, the new one with Liam Neeson. It's fantastic. It's so stupid. It was perfect for me. I love stupid, ridiculously stupid movies. It was great, fantastic. The Running Man was okay. And tonight I want to watch, I don't know what I want to watch tonight. We have also been trying to catch up on Fallout. I haven't watched this much TV in like months, maybe years. We usually, like, my husband will play video games and I'll read or listen to an audiobook these days and crochet. So we're catching up on a lot of things. We're catching up. Anyways, I haven't moved, and that's why sometimes these vlogs might be a little boring, because I haven't left my bed today. I have left it, like, clearly I've done things. I've gone to the store. I've been outside. I've played with the dog. I even went to the living room a few times. But I always end up back in my bed today. Anyways, tomorrow will not be like this. Even though I have the day off, I have to get my living room cleaned up and do all the things. So we're gonna enjoy my time relaxing in bed all day while I can. And I will not feel bad about it. I will not. So this is just some of the days that I have. Y'all, I just finished the lemon, and look, this is how much yarn I had left. Yes! 1 yarn chicken. The only thing is, I can't use the tail of this yarn to do the eyelids. So I'm gonna have to look in my stash of like remnants to see if I can finish the eyelids. But I was so happy that that little bit of yarn finished a lemon. Leo, come on, it's raining. Come on, dude. Gosh. Good morning. It is a rainy morning, so if you hear water, it's not just the cat's water dish today. It is actually the outside. And I don't know if you guys have the kinds of dogs that like the rain, but mine does. He's a lab. He wants to go outside constantly, so he's constantly in and out and soaking wet. So he's in another room today because I don't want any wet thing. I don't want wet dog on my plushies, okay? But I was able to finish up the lemon. I think this was the last one I did. And I did find enough scrap yarn to finish the eyes, and that was awesome. So I have 4 sour lemons. I'm gonna work on their little sayings today. I kind of measured this. It's gonna be like a 1x2 box, so I'll have to put text that fits that inside for the wizard frogs and for the lemons. All the lemons are gonna have the same saying, and the wizard frogs will probably have different ones. But I figured since we're going through this and my video's late anyways, I'll just go through all of my makes that I'm doing right now for the week, that I've done this week anyways. So far we have the 4 sour lemons. This pattern is blue paw print crochet, and I just modified the arms to not be bobble arms, but to be chained arms, long enough to hold a little sign. These are all going to probably be $10. They're so quick and easy. I timed myself on the last one, and it was a little less than 30 minutes. So, and I am not a very fast crocheter. So 4 of those. So that's 40 bucks. Here, the bag is so far away. Let's see if I can, oh, I missed. Hang on. Second one's in, third one's in, fourth one's in. So we only missed the first one. I also made 5 wizard frogs. These are the pattern of the forest frogs from Crochet by Yanina. Very cute pattern. And they're also going to be like emotional support wizard frogs. Some kind of saying about magic. Kindness is magic. You are magic. You just make your own magic. Something cheesy and fun like that. Okay? And these are also going to be $10. In. No. In. Yes. Yes. This is a new to me pattern. I finally added the mouths on all of these. I think I added these in my video last week, but I did make 3 more derpy turtles. This is a free pattern and it's so cute. I freaking love them. They take no time at all. And they're really, really adorable. I'm gonna put these for probably $7. They're gonna go in a $7 bin, I think, but I love them. They're so cute. This was a pattern that I thought would be cool for mystery boxes. These are all just a pack of little monsters. I'll put the creator here because I don't remember what it is. However, they turned out just a little bit bigger than I wanted. Also, doing the embroidery and stuff was a little bit more work than I wanted. I want a $10 mystery box. And while I am selling this guy alone for $10 only because I want him to sell quickly, I don't think I would have all of them be $10. There's many different patterns and they kind of work up not as quickly. I do love this body shape. This is one of my favorite body shapes though, so there's that. And I do think he's cute. He's very cute, baby friendly. He's just a little monster. He would be cute with a little squeaker in it. I need to do that. I need to get squeakers. Anyways, I'm calling him Fred. He's gonna be $10. I don't think I'll make the other ones, at least right now. I also have a lot of monsters, so I don't want to compete with my other monsters. So he just isn't making the cut, but he's still adorable. He was very easy to make, so I don't know, maybe next time. Then I have 2 Nooks Hooks bunnies. I made these earlier this week. This is the pattern with the emblems sewn in. These are like bobble stitch kind of emblems. There's a cherry, there's a flower, there's a bee, there's something else, a strawberry maybe. And the bunny part works up so cute. There is a little hat that comes with them, like one of them is a strawberry hat. I just kind of made a little sun hat for this one because I figured this would be like his swimsuit or her swimsuit. But anyways, Penelope and Clover is what I named these 2, and I'm selling these for $18. Again, this is a pattern from Nooks Hooks. It's out now. So cute for Easter. It's gonna make my spring makes video, which is coming up next. This girl I already showed. I just needed to tag and bag her. I did decide to bring her to market and see what people think about her. I'm calling her Starfall, but obviously this is a bunny inspired by Feyre from ACOTAR. And what did I put on her? I put $35 on her because this skirt and everything else is no joke, a lot of time, but overall a very easy pattern. If this is the bride and groom pattern, gosh, shoot, I forget the name of the pattern designer. She was so sweet too, and I forgot, but of course everything will be listed on the screen or in the description below. But I loved it. I haven't quite gotten to resand yet, but she's at least coming to market with me. We won't throw this one. She's kind of like my delicate princess. Okay, we'll set her in later. My Minotaur is also coming with me. I made this a while ago, but I need to bag and tag him. Actually, I still haven't tagged him. But what was his name? Maverick. His name is Maverick. And he was also a pattern that I saw come out, and as soon as it came out, I needed to make him because he's so stinking cute. He's gonna be 25, and that's just because even though his body works up really quickly, everything else takes a little bit of time to sew in. His ring always goes up, but it is just a little ring. Anyways, y'all already saw him if you watch my videos, but he's so cute and I loved this pattern. I would 100% make more Minotaurs with this pattern. In fact, I think I need to. I also did another Nooks Hooks bear. This is a standing version. I love Nooks Hooks bears, and this is like a Charizard type of hoodie bear, but also he could kind of just be a dragon bear, you know what I mean? I did it like a deeper color orange on him just because I have this orange. It's baby bear. I love working with baby bear. I do want to get a darker chocolatey color for the bear parts in baby bear. Please come out with more colors. I love baby bear so freaking much. I would I would get rid of Posh for Baby Bear. Like if Michaels had to choose between both lines, because they were like, which one do we keep? Keep Baby Bear over Posh. Okay, keep Baby Bear over Posh. Don't get rid of Posh right now. This is only if you had to. But, because I love Posh too. But I'm obsessed with Baby Bear. Anytime I see it in the store, I'm gonna be buying a bunch of yarn. But yeah, I just wish there was a little bit more colors. But I'm hopeful that there will be in the future because this yarn is so good. It doesn't shed as much. It's very soft. I love working with it. It just, so easy to work with. Anyways, I named him Bearizard because he's kind of like a Charizard bear. Anyways, I'm terrible at names. I don't know where this frog came from. This was another pattern I got recently. I do kind of like this frog, but I haven't decided if I want to make a ton more or not. This would be a total $5 item, and I think the legs just take a little bit longer to do, but I don't care. He's still freaking cute. I love his face. I'll have to find the pattern because I don't remember. It was an Etsy pattern. There's a small one that I did and then a big one. I didn't do the big one. I did the small one because I was thinking maybe it's a $5 frog. You know, it's detailed enough that I think it could be, but also seems real easy to make, honestly. I mean, these are just chained arms, but I don't know. I have to make it again. I am looking at frogs with a little crown to make a frog print from my booth because, again, fantasy, whimsical, stuff like that. This is another plant pattern that I'm gonna make a bunch of these ones. It comes in like a pack of 5 different plants, and I love that they have like bear paws and like echeveria, and this is the pearls, the string of pearls, a plant, but I've only made the pearls one so far, but I want to make a ton of these. I also want to have some that have eyes and some that have little legs, but not all of them because I don't think, these are definitely desk plants, desk buddy plants. I'm probably going to put $10 on these guys. They do really work up very quickly. This one probably took the longest, and it was still like half an hour, I think, of work. You make the dirt and sew everything into the dirt, and then you make the pot and then sew the thing to the pot, and it has like this cool rim detail that I've never done before, where you like do like a single crochet or something like that, and then you twist this around and then you do another one. It's like the coolest thing, and it makes this really awesome rim detail on the pot, and it's so easy, so freaking easy. Was this, I forget who this was. I do this creators patterns all the time. I love them and I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. But anyways, I did this a couple nights ago, and I started making the little barrel cactus with the little flower and the whites all around the outside. I'm gonna make this one and that one, and I think I'll call it good. But I'm gonna do probably, I want to do like at least 5 of these for my March market. So I'm gonna make the pots all different. And again, some of them will have eyes, some of them won't. But I think no eyes is actually really, really cute. Especially, it's very like, I don't know, it looks really, really cute on a shelf or on your desk, like next to your desk stuff. So I love it. Again, baby bear colors for the win. And then we have the Kraken I did. I did a tester call of this Kraken. This is by Chez du Coton. Listen, it's in another language, and I am terrible with accents and stuff in other languages. So just imagine that I said that really awesomely and not terrible at all. My terrible Americanized accent version. I'm so sorry, it's awful. Anyways, everyone's squid, okay, this is Sailor the squid. Everyone's squid turned out amazing. Like every single tester that did this pattern, everyone's squid. We all did different colors somehow. Like every single person did different colors, and they all look fantastic. And I think that is just how you know that this pattern is so well written. And get this huge thing, no sew. It's completely no sew. Everything is no sew. It's so awesome. I gave it angry eyes. This is not how the pattern usually is, but I was like, you know what? I want angry eyes because mine's going to be a Kraken. And yeah, it was so awesome. Obviously the tentacles are always the longest part. They have like these feeder tentacles, that's what they're called. They're kind of like little arms that come out, and I'm so obsessed. So obsessed. This creator has such great patterns. She does a lot of minis, like a lot of mini sea creatures and stuff. And then at the end, she's so sweet. She gave us all a free pattern of her choice, which I'm gonna make next week. But I was waffling between this one and her like Space Invaders kind of thing, like with the alien, with the little aliens and the cow. I'm like obsessed with that too. Anyways, I love these cute things. I took a photo of this for my Instagram with my favorite pirate book of all time, and I think it turned out really well. Again, super easy pattern. I feel like the eyes are done in a way they're not stuffed at all, and they look fantastic. I did do custom eyes, so they're just gold glittery eyes, kind of coppery. Loved them. And I'm gonna sell this guy for $40. I am calling mine Craven the Kraken, but his name is Sailor the Squid on Etsy, Instagram. Please go pick up this pattern. I think the first few days was like 40% off. I don't know if it's still that amount off, but put it in all of your patterns that you need to buy on Etsy. I don't know if everyone's like me, where you have like a whole just cart full of patterns that you're just waiting to buy. That's me. Anyways, those are all my makes right now. That's everything I've bagged and tagged. I think I just need to do Maverick, and then I'm good to go. So on today's agenda is making those little cards, and then I probably will do a few more swirly snakes. No, I'm probably gonna do another bunny, honestly, another Nooks Hooks bunny. I love those little bunnies, and I have a darker brown color that I really want to do. I kind of want to do like a fisherman bunny. Also, I want to do another cow, another Collar the Cow. Those kind of things will be for my, not this market coming up, but the next one, because it's going to be at a tulip farm. Also, the farm that we're going to, it's the middle of March. They're in lambing season right now. They have lambs, and so they're just full up on baby lambs out there, and I kind of feel like I really need to do a sheep of some kind. You know what I mean? Like, I need to do some kind of sheep lamb situation to put on my table for them, because I think it's just so cute. I also need to have someone holding a tulip. So a little farmer holding a tulip. Maybe I'll do the farmer frog one from Alpaca Farms, and instead of a bee, he'll hold a tulip. I'll just make a tulip out of like pipe cleaners. That would be so good. All right, I think my creative juices are flowing this morning. I am feeling so much better today. I still haven't gotten cleaned up for the day, but my mind and my brain is actually working, and it is raining. And every time it's raining, I am in such a good mood. I love the rain. I love the rain so much. It is gonna be raining all week, but we don't care here. We don't care. Okay, time to quit yapping. Let's get to work today. We have one more day. And then tomorrow I have to go to work, which sucks, but at least I don't have to get up early because the kids are off school all week. So I can wake up at a normal, decent hour of like 7:15 instead of 6:15. So, oh, let's do it. Course farm, hopefully today / tomorrow. I would like to get it ready for testing in the next couple of days. It's so early. It's actually, it's not that early. It's almost 6:30. We're getting ready to leave here. Leo is sad he can't go, but we're getting ready to leave. Everything just needs to be loaded into the truck. My husband is in the shower. And I'm gonna go get some water and feed these guys. Oh, you put my finger up your nose. God. Anyways, my brain doesn't work quite yet, so I will see you when we get to the venue. It's about a 45-minute drive from here, so we're a little late, Am I sitting on somebody's clothes? I am. We're a little bit late, but not too bad late. Like, I'm sure, like, with all 4 of us together, we can be set up in like 30 minutes. Probably need an hour, but I'm gonna say we could do it in 30 minutes. We will hustle, okay? But the kids are still trying to wake up, so I gotta get everybody ready. Feed these yahoos. Wake up my kids. Get on the road. Okay.
I know these things are so good. Oh, I must have crowded you. Here's one for you. Happy to be a Friday. Friday the 13th. Are we all there recording them now?
No. I didn't say we're all going to wear them.
I wasn't ready. We should.
Mom should, just because it's her friend.
I was in high school chemistry class.
The vendors are shopping and we have sold a wizard frog and a cookie monster. Okay, it's 9:41 and we've sold 2 wizard frogs and 2 Luxie monsters, and then I gave 1 wizard frog for the raffle. So we've made booth back and we're having fun, and I got my agua fresca, so we're having a good day. So a little bit about this event. We're actually in a side building. There's like a main building right there, and then there's actually a lot of people in there. We're in this little alcove side building. They do have vendors outside, so people can like just kind of meander over here, and they have been, but it kind of sucks that we're in a different building than the main part, but it'll be okay. It's a nice, it's not as loud in here, and there still is people coming by. We approached the time where I needed to put in my headphones because a lot of the crowd needed to get that. Sold a few other things. My daughter's thankfully writing everything down because I have not done that, nor did I bring anything to write it down with. Doing good so far. Sweet comments, which is why I love to do these the most. They give me a little boost, a mood boost for me. I finally, luckily I have my noise canceling headphones, so when I need to talk to somebody, I just tap them and I can hear everybody in the room. So these help so much if you have like sensory issues or voice. It helps a lot. We just had a rush of people and I sold a bunch of things, including my Kraken that I just made and my elemental dragon with the little iced dragon. Oh my god, I sold her.
It's not very good for me.
I was so sad to see her go, but that was so fun.
Don't get me.
I'm not gonna get you. I'm not gonna get you.
Don't get me.
We are having a terrible time keeping track of things because I didn't bring pen and paper. And Audrey's using her notes app, but she's actually writing it. So I know I have my cookie. I got my chocolate chip cookie. I need to eat it because Audrey's staring at it. She's gonna eat it for me. Don't you dare eat my chocolate chip cookie
in the fridge for long enough.
Anyways, doing pretty good. These are working great. These are working out great. I'm really glad I brought them. There's a guy next to me. He's like an old guy. Hopefully you guys can hear me. It's like an old guy. He is so sweet. He's just collecting signatures, and however many signatures he gets, he's going to donate his own money to the youth group here, which I think is very sweet. But he said he's been married for 67 years and she's still on probation, but he thinks he might keep her. He's so cute. Like, my husband and I are obsessed with him. He is so sweet. He's such a sweet old man. And we just had another rush where I sold my 11, and then I sold my other Kraken that I have, so I'm all Krakened out now. And I sold a couple small things. I think it was like a grumpy goose and a mini dino. So we are doing really good today. I thought this was going to be a quieter market, and it's been pretty good. Okay, it's 1 o'clock. It's been pretty steady. and now it's finally slowing down again. I have sold a lot of things. A lot of medium-sized things, and almost all. I only have my one showstopper left. Doing pretty good. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. Doing pretty good. We're doing terrible at tracking everything. Terrible. Because I forgot to write it down again. I think I said that. My lemons are doing good. I only have 2 out of 4 left. Wizard frogs and lemons are doing great today. People still like my little dragons. The snakes are getting a lot of attention, but only 1 taker today. Just different from other days. The plants, people like the plants, but no takers. But yeah, it's been really great today, honestly. Unexpectedly great today, because I expected it to be very slow, but it's been good. So we'll see how it ends up being. I don't know if it'll be our best one yet, but it'll be close, I think. I have spent a lot of money on food, because the kids keep getting hungry, even though we brought a bunch of food in a cooler. It's okay. It's okay. It's keeping them from whining. Whatever keeps the whining away. Okay, I'll check in probably when the market ends. Also, one more thing, really glad that I put my Luxie monsters out front, because 3 out of the 4 have sold. The small ones. I have the large one, and then I have, no, I had 5, so I have 2 left, and then a larger one, the purple larger one that I call Celeste, that I really don't want to get rid of, but I love her. Oh, puppy! I love a puppy. It's like a big ol' husky, but it's like a brown and white husky. She's so cute. If I can get a clip of her, I will. But you know, I don't want to be a creeper. I don't want to be a creeper. It's definitely time starting to slow down. Someone's taking a nap over there. I've put a few things out of the bags onto the table again. My husband and my daughter ran somewhere. I don't know where. I'm starting to get a headache, but otherwise doing really good. It's almost 2 o'clock, so we're starting to wrap up. There's still people coming in though. I swore this would be not being part of the main building. It would have been bad, but people are trickling over here very, very easily. So it doesn't hurt that one of the other vendors bought my Cookie Monster. She's a cookie vendor, and she keeps also telling people where she found her monster, and she keeps sending people over here. She's like, I keep sending people over here. Are you getting people? I'm like, I am getting people. Thank you so much. She was very sweet. Good morning. It is after the market. I forgot to take a picture of what the booth looked like afterwards, but there were a lot of holes. I definitely had to keep digging more things out from underneath the table from the bags and putting it on. I took 3 bags, and I think I brought home 2. So there was maybe like a little bit left in one of them, but mostly we sold like almost a whole bag of plushies. It was a great day. It surpassed every expectation I had. I thought this would be like kind of a quieter event, because it was a first annual church fundraising event. They were trying to send their youth group to Brazil. So that's what this event was. It was from 9 to 3. And I paid $40. So I really was hoping, like not hoping, but I was really thinking that it would just be like a quiet event to get the ball rolling for the market season, right? No, for the first time ever, I had a line. I have never had a line before. At some point, all the people, we were in an outlying building. So it was like the main building, and then a walkway, which had vendors outside. There was another plushie vendor there, crochet plushie vendor there. I don't know her name. I forgot to look at her like sign. She had really cute stuff. and then us. We were in a whole different building. My husband, as soon as he found out that we were in another building, he was like, oh man, I don't know about this. So we were a little worried about it, but we didn't need to be worried about it at all. It surpassed everything we could expect. I was horrible at tracking what sold, so I don't have an exact list of what sold, but I'll tell you my totals first, and that way maybe and then we'll see if I can remember what sold. I looked at my Square before closing, and then we sold a little bit more, so I ended up with $333 on Square, one transaction on Venmo for $25. And Venmo wasn't working that day. The app kept crashing on people. Like, the first lady was able to get their transaction to go through, but 2 or 3 other people tried to use it and it was not going through. And they were like, oh no. And I was like, well, I do take tap. And they were like, oh, that's fine then. But Venmo was a weird one today, so it wasn't quite working. So I took cash and card. So $333 on Square, and all I knew was I had like a wad of cash. I only brought $20 in cash with me. It was a very low amount of cash to have with me. I only brought $20 with me. And so while we were driving home, my husband was counting it, because I was like, please count it. I want to know how we did today, because I feel like this is going to be like surpassing our other good market, our last good market. Our amount was $480, and that was like the number to beat if this was a good market. And he kept counting, and then he had us guessing the amount, like the total amount. And me and the kids were like 450, and then, you know, my son was like 480, and my husband was like higher. He did that a couple of times. Anyways, I had about over $300 in cash on me, and what we brought home was $662. We did buy about $75 worth of food while we were there. My kids were so hungry and tired, and everyone was hungry. Even though we brought snacks, we went and bought food because it smelled so good. So we brought like $75 in food. If we didn't do that, we would have had a $700 day. It was a fantastic day. I have never in my life thought that I would make that. Anyways, what was the big sellers was wizard frogs. I sold all of those, and I need to make an absolute army of them. Everyone seems to love them. I didn't end up putting sayings on them, so they were just the wizard frogs for $10. I sold all 5 of them. Well, I sold 4 of them, and I gave 1 to the giveaway, because I got ambushed by the giveaway a little bit. It probably was in the letter and I forgot it. But I was like, oh yeah, I should probably give you something. And then she's like, well, I told her to pick one, and she wouldn't pick one, so I was like, okay, here you go. I sold 2 of my 4 lemons. People loved the lemons. They thought it was so funny, and they liked that it wasn't all like sappy things. I was like, oh, sometimes we need to be a little savage. And they were like, oh, I definitely need to get that. I sold 2 out of the 3 Jesuses that I had. Everyone loved the Jesuses. One little girl bought one for her mom. She's all, my mom loves Jesus. And so she bought it for her, and I thought it was so adorable. The kids were all adorable, as always. They were like I am the type of plushie vendor that I'm like, all I can see the kids staring at them, and I'm like, all they want a hug. You can hug them if your mom lets you. And I was like, they love hugs. So they would pick them up and hug them. And let me tell you, allowing them to pick up a plushie and hold it and touch it a lot of the times does result in a sale. So that's how my Aurora dragon, my little snowball dragon, she sold for $45, because the little girl just like, oh, she like squished her, and she just had to have her. My Kraken sold, my big squid that I showed earlier in the video, that sold so quickly. The little boy that got in was like loving it. And even another person later on came by and was like, I heard you had a Kraken. And I'm like, it's sold, I'm so sorry. But I had an octopus that I got from Atomic Crochet. I made that a long time ago. He's like, this one will do, I love it. He also bought my 11, so my 11 is gone. What else sold? People loved the plants, but the plants didn't go. I was actually surprised the snakes got so much attention. Everybody was like, oh my god, these are amazing. But then they would just choose something else, and they would honestly choose something else that was more expensive. So gosh, there was so many people love my pug from Mitchell's versus the Machines. I had so many kids going, oh my god, that's that dog from that movie. I had not had that much attention for him. And then of course, like my Lexi monsters, I had them right in the front and center, and 3 of the 5 smaller ones sold. And that was, again, I think a big push from the young cookie entrepreneur that I met. She came first thing. Like, she came first thing when the vendors had time to shop. Her and her friend bought a Wizard Frog, and she brought the Cookie Monster. She was a chocolate chip cookie vendor, and it was a chocolate chip Cookie Monster. And she's like, I have to have this. And then throughout the day, my husband went and got cookies from her, obviously, because cookies are my thing. I have to have a cookie. He's like, she has Cookie Monster out front of her booth, and she also gave him like little cross earrings from another vendor and a little necklace from another vendor. So he's all decked out in her booth, and she kept like pushing people to my way. It was so like, thank you. I don't remember your name. Or I don't even know that I asked your name, but you were so sweet. So thank you if you're watching this. A lot of people were asking me about my Instagram and my YouTube. So hopefully some of you are watching this. What else sold? Oh, my Farah bunny. That got a lot of attention too, and she almost got sold, but I accidentally said the wrong price. But also I could tell she really wanted to play with her like as a doll, and you know, with all the rhinestones and the pokey gems and stuff, I was like, you know, she's really kind of like more like a display doll, because I just felt bad. I didn't want like her to be throwing it around and then breaking or anything like that. And Mom was like, yes, that's like your special Barbies, they go on the shelf. She's like, you could get it, but if you just gotta know, she's very delicate. Ultimately, they picked something else. I cannot remember what they picked, but oh no, they picked like a mushroom guy or something like that. Ugh, there were so many things, so many random things that sold. Both my Nooks Hooks bunnies sold. A lot of people were looking for Easter basket stuff. They were talking about Easter basket stuff. I sold a derby turtle. I am so sorry that I don't have exact items for you that sold, but it was a madhouse, and I was just like, I couldn't help it. Anyways, I think I told you all like the big things that sold. Everything else was kind of like random and little, but I'm so satisfied and happy with how the event turned out. The organizer came by, and she said that they collected over $800 in the giveaway tickets. Like for all the baskets, they were doing a giveaway from all the vendors. So they sold 800 tickets, and she was so happy with that. The guy next to me, he had pages and pages of signatures. So he was donating his own money, and he was such a sweet man. He had this like game that he thought of on his own, and so if you played the game with him, it was $5, but then he would donate $10 to the kids. And then if you just put your signature down, like nothing, you could scribble on there and write nothing. He was donating $1 of his own money to the kids, and I thought that was so sweet. His wife was in the hospital, so his wife wasn't with him. He was like 93. I think my husband said he was 93, and he was doing this, and I was just so enamored with him. Anyways, everyone at this event was super sweet. I would totally do it again. They were so kind. The other crochet booth there, she had great stuff. In fact, I did a trade with her. Hang on, I have to show it because I loved it. Where is it at? Oh, it's over there. One of my last things for the day. The other crocheter, it was an aunt, and she had her whole family with her too. And they all bought something from me. And I was able to, like, when I went to go to the bathroom, I was able to look at her booth and stuff and say hi. And at least I think I said hi. No, she was with customers, so I didn't say hi. But I went to her booth. She had these really adorable hamburgers, and she did have loaf cats, but they were all different characters. Like, a lot of them were Pokemon inspired loaf cats, which I thought was a really cool idea. And her stuff was really cute. She had these My Little Ponies on top. Adorable. She had people at her booth a lot too, so we both did good, I think. I hope. Anyways, her family bought, I think they all bought something from me, but there was one little girl. She came back like at least 10 times. She came back at least 10 times looking at my table, and she was really like shy and stuff like that, and I was like, "You're back!" And she was so sweet. Anyways, her aunt came by and brought me this. It's a little loaf cat, and I think it's so adorable. She's like, oh, her aunt said she was wondering if she could trade with you. You don't have to, of course. And she told, like, her niece, remember, it's if she wants to trade, she might not want to trade, and that's okay. And I was like, well, what do you want? And she wanted one of my dragons. It was the pink dragon from Snuggle Beans Crochet. It was the sitting splooter type of dragon. And it was a little, it was probably definitely more in value than this. But that little girl came back so many times, and her whole family bought for me. I thought about it for a second. I was like, you know what? You can have it. It's okay. We'll do it. I will accept the trade. So she gave me this little loaf cat, and I gave her the dragon. She gave me the biggest hug. She was so sweet, and the aunt was like, oh, that's very kind of you. And I was like, not a problem at all, because I do this mostly just to see, like, honestly, the positive attitudes and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Even though it is a business, I'm a hobbyist. I really just do this because I would have made that dragon anyways, you know what I mean? In fact, I'm making like 5 others. So it's fine. If I can make one little girl happy for the day, I would totally do it. It just, like, you know what I mean? It made me feel good to do it. So anyways, I'm not selling my loaf kitty. She is with me because she is so sweet, very, very soft. And look at how great this little loaf cat is. She does really, really good work. There was like a Bulbasaur loaf kitty, and I like thought that one was so, so cute. But I love this little girl too. So anyways, she's going on my like cube storage thing over here as a little decoration for now. I probably will end up putting her in my yarn storage over here. In fact, that might be a better place for her. But I'm having her forever. I love her, and it's always going to remind me of that little girl. So anyways, that was my market. That was my market prep. I was going to do different separate videos, but y'all get it in one. And I'm sorry I was so chatty, but this was a great experience, and I have another market in 3 weeks, and I have a lot of crocheting to do. I want to be doing some batch crocheting for sure. So if you liked this video, please like and subscribe. It really helps my channel grow. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of my makes or my market. Have you ever been surprised at a market that you thought was just going to be dead and it just blew you out of the water? Because man, this one did for me. I have so many videos coming out soon. I have my very next one is going to be my spring pattern roundup. And then after that, probably another market prep vlog and a market, because I have another market in 3 weeks, and it's a big market. So thank you for joining me today. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.